What a game it turned out to be. Atleti 4, Real Madrid 2 then after extra time. And we told you throughout the day, if you were watching our coverage, that this was going to go to extra time because it had done in the previous 7 occasions. It is now up to 8. And in single elimination ties, we see extra time when these two teams meet. We welcome to the show Frank Leboeuf joins us here. And Frank, in a moment. That was great, wasn't it? That's what you want from a cup tie.
No, I'm not a mathematician. But that's 14 goals,
right?
I believe.
Yes.
In the last 2 games between these two sides.
Yeah.
I am absolutely loving this version of Atletico Madrid.
Yep.
From the depths of despair of not wanting to watch them play.
The Real Betis rant.
Early in the season.
Yep.
To this version that we've been sort of calling out for, more expansive, more attacking, utilising these quality players that they do have. These players that can influence games and can cut teams open and can score goals. And it's not just about defending. And yeah, it's leaving them more susceptible at the other end to counter-attacks, and it's putting Jan Oblak under more pressure. But by God, particularly at home, it's really, really good to watch. And yeah, Real Madrid had more possession, but it's hard to argue that in the end, Atletico Madrid didn't deserve to win this game.
Real Madrid fans will disagree, but this was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It absolutely was. I thought, again, you knew coming into this 2 very good footballing teams. The only question would be which version of Atletico Madrid would show up. I'm happy to say, as Craig just alluded to, is this more attack-minded one that not just pragmatic and physical, but one that utilises the full talents available to this squad. And then Real Madrid, we know who they are. That didn't change, and it turned out to be a wonderful football game between 2 really good teams. And now the winner, Atletico Madrid, of course, will be the favourites to go on and win this title. And while you cannot take anything away from Atletico Madrid and their post-game celebrations, there's still a long way to go yet. But this is a huge scalp, especially given everything that's kind of happened in the build-up to this game.
This crowd get behind this team, even in the most turgid performances.
Yes.
And somehow you sit and you wonder and you go, how can 60-odd thousand be so excited about watching what they've been watching? So can you imagine when they see performances like this, where it's end-to-end, what the atmosphere
Those whistles in extra time when Real Madrid had possession, you could just hear them. Can you reverberate around
there's
the
no
stadium?
doubt there's no doubt they have harnessed this atmosphere, this backs to the wall, everybody hates us, and some do. There's just this mentality that I suppose in some way comes from the coach all the way through to the playing staff, and it's far from perfection, but boy, this is a big scalp for them, particularly coming off the back of the 5 goals they lost in Saudi Arabia, particularly that they've just fallen off the top of the title race in terms of the gap is open for them, and they lost a little bit of form, they lost a little bit of energy, and you just felt that they got that back tonight.
And of course, a Frenchman who scores the winner, Frank.
Yes, and it was from far not his best game ever. He was celebrated at first, but except his goal, I would say that he wasn't the Griezmann that I was expecting to see today. But what a goal! What he did to Vinicius Junior was absolutely perfection on the right side, and how he finished the action was great. I loved all the dramas of the game. I loved everything I saw because we saw mistakes. We saw, big errors, and we saw that on that goal specifically, maybe from Tchouaméni, and Craig alluded it. But I saw a football game. Without mistakes, there is no goals. But you have to have 2 teams who give their best to have those sort of dramas. And what I liked, and the 2 differences between Madrid and the 2 Madrid is you have, in fact, certainties from Real Madrid about what they have in hand, the game that they have, but bring it to a sloppiness in a way because they're sure to come back. So they don't how do you say, they don't go to stress, and they know that at some point it's going to come, but they are confronted to a team who have a self-belief which is unbelievable, and it comes from the coach and his craziness, in fact. And it's what I loved about those 2 teams, because they're completely different, but they fight for something which is the best of the best, and they never give up. And I loved it. I loved the confrontation from 2 completely different way of thinking the game, but what a game.